Just a few wild boars are enough to tear up the land, but now dozens are rooting through the fields, destroying everything in their path. Not only are they ravaging crops, but also invading entire fruit orchards. What's worse, they hide in the thick hillsides, making them nearly impossible to track down. The situation has become critical, and we can no longer stand by. Every urgent step we took carried a single goal: stop the destruction before it wipes everything out. By 5 a.m., we were at the base of the hill, fully geared, fully alert. Every step was quiet, every sense on edge, listening for the faintest sound. For a long while, nothing moved. Then suddenly, a shadow bolted past, completely off guard. My finger tightened on the trigger. Boom! The boar dropped instantly. A surprise shot, but for seasoned hunters like us, there's no such thing as luck. Only preparation. Scanning the far side of the hill, we saw how well the boars had blended into the thick underbrush. They knew how to hide. Wasting no time, we deployed the hounds, widening the sweep to flush them out. Minutes later, the wild boars were forced out of hiding. I dialed in the scope, and just like that, one by one, they were taken down with precise, clean shots. One more threat eliminated. The battlefield was back under control. We were winning one careful move at a time. No time to relax. Another pack of hounds caught the scent and moved fast, driving the prey right toward our kill zone. The moment was perfect. A single crack echoed through the hills. The shot was dead on. A heavy thud followed. The chase was over. One more area secured from destruction. Even after that win, we didn't stop. Eyes wide open, scanning for movement. Some boars ran in groups, others were lone roamers. I focused on the stragglers. A quick aim, a cold pull of the trigger. The shot was precise. The beast dropped, a warning to any others lurking nearby. Gunfire echoed from every side, and boars fell within seconds. The area was cleared, not by chance, but by calculated, confident action. Our team pushed deeper into dense terrain, where thick canopy blocked sightlines. Every step had to be measured patient, quiet, deliberate. Then movement. I took the shot. A single round to a vital point. Silence returned. And in that silence, one truth remained. Only the patient survive. Last rays of sunlight pierced the trees. We scanned the land for any stragglers before darkness could cloak them again. And then, a flash of movement. A shot rang out. Another massive boar collapsed onto the ground. For a second, everything went still. Then, we pressed forward again, ready for whatever was next. With the trail running cold, we deployed the drone scanning the terrain from above, locking in positions and setting up ambush points. Everything was in place. The trap was set. The remaining boars didn't stand a chance against the seamless teamwork between man and dog. In just minutes, success signals came in a coordinated strike executed to perfection. Wild boars in the brush, a life or death race with the elusive enemy. I returned to my uncle's home in rural Brazil for the weekend, but the scene before me left me speechless. The vast cornfields were torn apart, the earth cracked open like the mark of enormous claws. My uncle warily described how the wild boars had been destroying property and livelihoods for days. They had instilled fear in many households in the village. Sensing his worry and despair, I decided to join the hunting team and immediately plan our strategy. This wasn't just a hunt, it was a battle to protect the homeland. Let's begin the journey now. Under the scorching sun, we arrived at the edge of the dense forest, a known hideout for the cunning wild boars. Every step we took was measured, and our sharp eyes missed no movement. The hunting dogs were released, and within minutes, the familiar scent of wild boar had them barking fiercely. The atmosphere suddenly grew tense, with each second stretching into eternity. There it was, a whisper echoed. The silhouette of the wild boar appeared through the thick foliage. Without hesitation, the shot was fired, and the beast dropped instantly. While it wasn't the largest, it was a quick, clean, and decisive takedown, marking a hopeful start to the battle to restore peace to the homeland. We pressed deeper, searching for more signs. Suddenly, the hunting dogs barked again, this time louder and more aggressive than ever. Weaving through the thick branches, it took me 5 minutes to finally get close to where the wild boar was trapped. I carefully aimed for the vulnerable spot, focusing intensely, sweat dripping down my face. My finger squeezed the trigger quickly, decisively. With a beast this large, landing a close-range shot was not difficult. It was executed in the blink of an eye. The terrain here is incredibly tough, making movement exhausting, which is why the farmers have been unable to reach this area. The wild boars are incredibly clever for choosing such a treacherous place to hide. But today, their safety is no longer guaranteed. We took full advantage of the seamless coordination between our experienced marksmen and the skilled hunting dogs to take complete control of this land, gradually tightening the noose, leaving them no chance to escape. After a long journey, we took a brief rest, but we remained on high alert, knowing that the wild boars here could appear at any moment. While we were still observing, the hunting dogs quickly completed their task and signaled to us. Oh, it was fierce and clearly looking for a way to escape. But Kevin's rifle didn't allow that to happen. What an excellent shot, flawless in every way. We were lucky to take down this sow. If we hadn't, within a week, dozens more would have come to wreak havoc in this area. The atmosphere now was eerily silent, but this was no time for us to relax, because at this very moment, a wild boar could be right next to us without us even knowing. Every step had to be taken with utmost caution. OMG! The wild boar suddenly charged at my hunting dog. Immediately, gunshots rang out, halting its attack before it could go any further. With the experience gained from many hunts, I moved towards an area I suspected to be ideal for spotting the target. And sure enough, not long after, the prey appeared. Without hesitation, I took aim. Everything went smoothly, And once again, we had another trophy for today's hunt. Today's hunting journey ends here. Did this trip excite you? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to catch more thrilling hunts ahead. Goodbye, and see you next time! A terrifying moment caught on camera. A massive, crazed wild boar tears across the Queensland fields, smashing through reinforced fencing like it's nothing, leaving behind only destruction in its wake, with agricultural losses piling up into the tens of millions of dollars. In response, the government swiftly authorizes Finn's elite hunting team to enter the battlefield, not just to stop a beast, but to prevent a growing catastrophe. But this is more than just a hunt. This is a battle of nerve and survival. A fight to reclaim peace on once quiet land. Will they make it out victorious? Stay tuned as every brutal second unfolds. At the break of dawn, tire tracks marked the earth before sunrise. Finn's team had already begun the hunt. Each member split off, covering their assigned zones, following the plan to the letter. Finn moved cautiously, step by step, eyes scanning for even the slightest motion in the distance. Then, a sharp beep from the newest generation tracker. He froze, gun raised, locked in. The beast emerged, massive, furious. Without hesitation, Finn squeezed the trigger. One shot. That's all it took. The sheer force dropped the wild monster in its tracks. A clean, decisive takedown, and just the beginning of a heart-pounding hunt. Footsteps never ceasing, Finn moved closer to the edge of the field, where thick brush blocked every line of sight. Every sense sharpened to the highest alert, ready for whatever danger might come. Suddenly, an unusual sound broke the silence. Finn took aim and squeezed the trigger. Dust erupted in a cloud as a massive beast burst into view. The following shots cut off its escape route, leaving no chance for retreat. No time to catch his breath. Finn's iPhone buzzed with an alert from his teammates. Without hesitation, he headed straight to the location sent, the vehicle speeding across the open field. Suddenly, a dark figure charged at an alarming speed. Finn abandoned the vehicle, instantly readying his stance and taking careful aim. A rapid volley of shots tracked every move. The beast collapsed swiftly, unable to take another step. With this victory recorded, the field gained yet another measure of safety.
Eu não tô com a peça com a cachorro não, hein? Eu vim só, ó, no ouvido. Tô com o cachorro atrás do negócio. Eu tava com ela no GPS não, moçada, viu?
Bruto, hein?
As dusk settled in, the team quickly geared up for a new phase of the hunt, where only shadows ruled the land. Small groups moved stealthily toward their assigned spots. This time, Finn edged to the field's boundary, blending into the darkness, waiting patiently. After 15 minutes of silence, his high-tech binoculars easily picked out the shapes of animals busily foraging. With precise aim, a steady stream of gunfire echoed through the night. Minutes later, nothing remained but a field littered with fallen beasts. On the eastern edge of the field, a large herd of wild boars gathered, unaware they were firmly in Leon's sights. With skill and seasoned experience, each shot fired was nearly flawless in accuracy. The sharp, dry crack of gunfire echoed relentlessly through the chilling night air. A deadly threat was completely neutralized by the hands of true professionals.
3, 2, 1.
At the same time, Finn relentlessly pursued more targets. Pressing his binoculars close, every movement ahead came into crystal clear view as if it were broad daylight. Within seconds, another herd of wild boars slipped into his sights. A familiar sequence of actions followed, swiftly taking down several more with practiced efficiency. The haul from this battle was enough to bring a temporary peace to the Queensland fields. But vigilance remains crucial, as the growth rate of these feral beasts far exceeds imagination. "300 acres of farmland wiped out in just 2 weeks? Over $600,000 in damages?" The culprits? A relentless swarm of wild hogs, breeding out of control and hiding deep in the thick Texas brush. Pickup trucks can't keep up. Rifles don't have the range. John's hunting team is left with only one option: helicopters. While local farmers stand by helplessly, watching their land get torn apart, the hunters prepare for an all-out aerial pursuit. Every move is calculated. Every shot must count. Hunter or hunted, Who decides the outcome? Don't miss it! The battle from above is about to begin. At daybreak, John's helicopter roared through the sky, tearing across the horizon in pursuit of the beasts below. The landscape came into sharp focus, a herd of wild hogs, moving in formation through the brush. Without hesitation, the pilot dropped altitude, bringing the chopper in low to give the shooters a clean angle. Gunfire erupted in rapid bursts. One by one, the beasts dropped. In mere seconds, hog carcasses were scattered across the ground, marking the start of a fast, brutal assault, and kicking off today's high-stakes hunt with precision and power. The helicopter continued to circle, then shifted direction toward an open field nearby. Within minutes, another herd of wild hogs came into view. The pilot closed in fast, but these hogs were clever, constantly changing direction, making it difficult to get a clear shot. Still, years of experience paid off. The flight crew and gunners moved in perfect sync, operating like a well-oiled war machine. It was a relentless chase, and not a single hog escaped the team's accuracy and resolve. By the end of today, this land will breathe easier peace, finally restored. Just as the signal came in about the wild hog's location, John's helicopter changed course instantly, shooting through the sky like an arrow. No need for many orders. Every move was executed with flawless precision and practiced skill. In a flash, gunfire erupted, and the mission was swiftly completed clean without a single mistake. Every shot missed one hog down. As the aerial battle drew to a spectacular close, the ground war heated up with Jack's tactical team ready to move in. The moment the order came, the team quickly took their pre-assigned positions. Jack headed straight to the eastern trail. As the beast revealed itself, a powerful shot drove straight into the target. A decisive strike, executed with absolute precision. The perfect coordination brought the mission to a swift and successful end, securing this land once again. Elsewhere, Finn stood quietly, eyes locked on every movement around him. Suddenly, a herd of wild hogs dashed through his line of sight. Without hesitation, a rapid burst of gunfire rang out. The lucky ones escaped, but many fell, struck down with power and precision. That's the hunting team's style. Focused, mission-driven, and always ready. The hunter's footsteps pressed on, tracking the remaining game. Soon, the sharp barks of the hunting dogs echoed loudly. At the sound, Jack charged forward without hesitation. Before him, the massive silhouette of the beast came into view. Without a second thought, he squeezed the trigger, clean and decisive. The beast collapsed with a heavy thud, a swift strike that restored freedom to this land. Though many wild hogs were taken down, the battle isn't over. Their breeding pace remains relentless. This success is thanks to the close cooperation between the hunting team, local residents, and authorities, all working together to protect the crops and maintain peace. In France, wild boars are not just prey, but a significant threat. They destroy over 3,000 hectares of farmland each year, causing severe damage to farmers. As a result, hunting is permitted year-round to control the rapidly growing population of these beasts. At dawn, Nick's team sets out, following the fresh tracks left behind on the soft ground. Everything goes according to plan, until a monstrous creature suddenly emerges. Will they have time to react? And who will take the decisive shot? Stay with us to find out. Down the rugged hillside, a heavy wild boar is desperately trying to escape from the hounds chasing it. Little does it know, just ahead, Nick is waiting in position. One split second of mistake, and the sharp crack of a perfect shot rings out. The beast collapses, the chase ending in an instant. The hunt begins with a mark of precision like no other. On the southern slope, James patiently watches every movement before him. The dense thicket of trees prevents him from letting his guard down. Before he can think further, a shadow suddenly emerges from behind a trunk. Instinctively, James' finger twitches. Perfect! The shot flies, flawless in its execution. Another victory marked, securing peace for this land. As the sun climbs higher, the hunter's spirits remain undeterred. Each step is steady, their eyes sharp, never leaving their target. Isn't that the wild boar? It charges forward with lightning speed. Nick swiftly reloads his rifle. The sound of the gunshot echoes, blending with the pounding of rough feet. The bullets fly true, quickly bringing the chase to an end. Once again, the perseverance and precision of the hunting team have ensured the safety of this land. After the intense chase, 30 minutes of silence passed with no sign of movement. It seems the gunshots had scared the boars into hiding even deeper. Nick's team quickly signaled to reposition. Following the remaining tracks, the massive form gradually emerged from behind the thick trees. Steadying his rifle, Nick took the shot. In the tense atmosphere that enveloped them, all that remained was the deafening crash as the bullet found its mark. Nick continued his steady march deeper into the forest. Suddenly, the whistle of the horn echoed, and Nick quickly pinpointed the direction of the wild boar's approach. "It's here! It's coming!" Without hesitation, he raised his rifle, his finger tightening on the trigger. The shot was flawless, the blockade successful. Nothing escapes. Another perfect shot, a testament to the skill of a true professional hunter. Do you think you could make that shot if you were in his position? Leave a comment below. Nick and his team pressed on, relentlessly tracking the last few wild boars remaining. Luck soon smiled on game as one careless boar ventured straight into his sights. The sharp crack of the shot rang out, ending the looming threat. A series of shots followed, echoing across the forest, marking the close of a long, intense day. The beasts had retreated, and the forest could finally breathe, if only for a rare moment of peace. The victory belongs not only to the brave marksman, but also to the close collaboration between the local community, the authorities, and the unwavering teamwork of the entire group.
Oh!